We are from Group 3. We will talk about ethical decision-making process, which consists of 5 topics. The first one is ethical dilemmas. The second one is define the ethical decision-making. The third one is framework for understanding ethical decision-making. The fourth is ethical decision-making process, and the last one is 3 ethics theories. Before we start the discussion, I will introduce our group members. These are me, Faris Anwar, Anton, Budi, Setyawan, and Ardhan, Murtezza, Muttahari. Let's start the discussion. So, the first topic, we will discuss about ethical dilemmas. Ethics is about choices which matter, and choices which matter are dilemmas, according to Martin Cohen. An ethical dilemma is a complex situation where ethical principles or values are in conflict. Examples. The first example is to whom we have duties. To ourselves, family, friends, employees or worker, and customer, business partners, and investor. The second example is what is a fair or justice resolution? Is fairness or justice based on everyone receiving equal shares or more to those who merit or have earned it? When faced with a difficult ethical dilemma, we need ethical decision-making ability for resolve it. It helps one determine the right course of action or the right thing to do, and also enables one to analyze whether another's decision or action are right or good. So, we jump into the next topics. The third topic is define the ethical decision making. In the context of decision making, your ethics are your personal standards of right and wrong. They are your basis for making ethically sensitive decisions. Ethical decision making is a cognitive process that considers various ethical principles, rules, and virtues, or the maintenance of relationship to guide or judge individual group or group decisions or intended actions.
The next discussion is about framework for understanding ethical decision making. The first one is ethical issue intensity. Individual factor, organizational factor, or opportunity higher than profession or business ethic evaluation and intention. Also higher than ethical or unethical behavior. The next one is the definition of ethical issue intensity. Ethical issue intensity can be defined as the relevance or importance of an ethical issue in the eyes of the individual, work group, and or organization. Ethical issue intensity reflects the ethical sensitivity of the individual or work group that face the ethical decision-making process. The next one is individual factor. The first one is gender. Example, like women are generally more ethical than men. Second one is education or work experience. The more education or work experience that one has, the better he or she is at ethical decision making. The third one is a nationality. Cultural appears to be significant in effect of ethical decision making. The fourth is age. The older you are, usually the more ethical you are. And the last is locus of control. Locus of control consists of external control and internal control. External control is see themselves as going with the flow because that's all they can do. Internal control is believed that they control the event in their life by their own effort and skill. The next one is organizational factors. The organizational value often have greater influence on decision than a person's own values. The more ethical employees perceive an organization culture to be, the less likely they are to make unethical decisions. And the last is opportunity. Opportunity describes that condition in an organization that limits or permit ethical or unethical behavior. Opportunity results from the condition that either provides rewards, whether internal or external, or fail to erect barriers against unethical behavior. Okay, so let's jump to the next topic.
Now we will discuss about ethical decision making process. Ethical decision making process consists 7 steps. Step 1 is identify the ethical problem. Step 2 is collect relevant information. Step 3 is evaluate the information. Step 4 is consider the alternative. Step 5 is make a decision. Step 6 is act or implement. Step 7 is review the action. Step 1 and Step 2. Step 1, identify the ethical problem. The decision maker must be able to determine first if there is possible violence of an important ethical principle, social law, or organizational standard or policy. Second, if there are potential consequences that should be solved or avoid that emanate from an action being considered to resolve the problem. Step 2 is collect relevant information. The first is the decision maker should seek or gather as much information as possible about which rights are being forsaken and to what degree. Second, a sequential focus would prompt the decision maker to attempt the measure of the type, degree, and amount of harm being inflicted or that will be inflicted on others. Step 3 and Step 4. Step 3, evaluate the information. First, once the information has been collected, the decision maker must apply some type of standard or assessment criterion to evaluate the situation. Second, the decision maker might use one of the predominant ethic theories like utilitarianism, rights, or justice. Step 4. Consider alternative. The decision maker need to generate a set of possible action alternative, such as comforting another person's action. Second, seeking a higher authority. The third is stepping in the changing the direction of what is happening. Step 5 and Step 6. Step 5. Make a decision. First, the decision maker should seek the action alternative that is supported by the evaluation criteria used in Step 3. Second, a decision maker selects a course of action that is supported by all the ethnic theories or the other evaluation criteria used in the decision-making process. Step 6. Act or implement. First, the decision maker, if truly seeking to resolve the problem being considered, must take action. Second, once the action alternative have been identified in Step 4 and the optimal response is selected in Step 5, the action is taken in Step 6. Step 7. Step 7 is review the action. First, once the action has been taken and the results are known, the decision maker should review the consequence of the action. Second, if the optimal resolution to the problem is not achieved, the decision maker may need to modify the action being taken or return to the beginning of the decision-making process. Okay, now we will next to the last topic. Okay, now we will discuss about the last topic. That is the three ethic theories. The ethical decision-making process that applies three predominant ethics theory. We will explain the three ethic theories with example case video. So, let's jump into the video.
Honey!
What?
Where's my super suit?
What?
Where is my super suit?
Put it away!
Where?
Why do you need to know?
I need it!
Don't you think about running out to doing no dare and do? We've been planning this dinner for 2 months.
The public is in danger!
My evening's in danger.
You tell me what my suit is, woman! We are talking about the greater good!
Greater good. I am your wife. I'm the greatest good you are ever gonna get.
From the video, we can know that the Frozone has an appointment with his wife to have dinner together. But when he is about to leave, Frozone sees the city in danger, so he chooses to defend the city. This is an example of utilitarian because utilitarian is where the decision maker considers the consequence or outcomes of an action and seeks to maximize the greatest goods for the greatest number of those affected by the decision.
Give me that restraining order. All right, let's look at this.
Squidward, please don't send me to jail.
Stop the waterworks! You are not going to jail.
I'm not.
No, I'm releasing you from this order
Really, Squidward?
and adding someone who's much more deserving.
Sorry, Button.
No, Patrick! You!
Okay, from the second video, we can see that previously Squidward gave a restraining order if SpongeBob approached Squidward less than 15 feet away. Finally, SpongeBob violated it to help Squidward who was fighting with Patrick. After that incident, Squidward changed the name in the letters, which was SpongeBob to Patrick. Because of SpongeBob has helped him. This is an example from the right's perspective. Because a decision maker who consider a right's perspective would consider the entitlements of those affected by the decision.
You stole me secret ingredient.
Me?
That's right. Where you sold it to Plankton to make a quick buck. Don't talk. You can tell it to the cops, because I'm calling them right now.
No need. We heard it all from this barrel.
Then arrest this thief, officer.
Mr. Krabs, isn't that the stolen secret ingredient?
I think Judge Trout will be very interested to hear this little story.
What'd I do?
Eugene Krabs.
Your Honor?
As punishment for committing the crime of grand theft, I sentence you to give away Krabby Patties for free all day tomorrow.
Give away me patties for free? Oh no! I couldn't bear the sight of that!
From the last video, we can know that previously Mr. Krabs accused SpongeBob that he stole the secret recipe for Krabby Patty. But it turned out that Mr. Krabs himself hid the recipe, so Mr. Krabs' accusations were invalid, which resulted in him being arrested by the police and brought to be judged. This is an example from the justice perspective because the justice perspective is focused on either the equitable distribution of the benefits and the cost of resulting from the plan on costing and employee layoffs. Also, we can call it distributive justice, or the maintenance of rules and standards. Also, we can call it procedural justice.